Talk with Glamguru, and today at 9 p.m. talk we are going to talk about something really special and something which is very promising as far as the 2020 year is concerned for the pageant industry. And specifically, if I talk about Miss India organization and the kind of expectation the fan base is currently having as far as the edition of the 2020 Femina Miss India is concerned. As we all know that this year, because of the COVID-19 pandemic situation, most of the organizations are not able to conduct a show, and that's the reason we have seen lately that organization like Miss America has already announced that they will be holding their pageant in 2021. So that means that there is a time, and we can certainly say that there is a lot more happening on the pageant arena. But what about India? We have always seen Femina Miss India pageant happening every year in the from 2017, the month of June. Earlier it used to be in April and March. But what about 2020? And we have been getting this request from a long now, because although Miss India organization has announced and they have called for entries for the contestants for the year 2020 edition. But as far as the finale is concerned, as far as the format of the pageant is concerned, as far as the idea is concerned, whether they will be holding a pageant or not, that is a big question. And that's why, after the request of our followers and people who watches us and keep following our page Glamguru, I decided to come up with this topic and would like to ask your opinion also. And also I will be telling you what is the kind of situation right now is, and what is the plan which is most probably be taken by the organization and other pageants as well. I would like to tell you one thing, that the call which the organization has taken to conduct Miss Diva pageant early. We have seen this in the 2020 Miss Diva Universe pageant, which is a preliminary to the Miss Universe pageant from India. And two of the representatives have already been chosen. One is Adeline Castellino, she will be representing us at Miss Universe. And the other one is Avriti Chaudhary, she is going to represent us at Miss Supranational. And both the contestants are now preparing for the respective pageant. But as far as the pageantry is concerned, there is no confirmation whether which pageant is gonna be happening when, where and how, and it remains to be seen how these organizations will be able to hold a show. We will also come up with in our coming videos and coming episodes regarding the situation at the international arena. But today we are here to talk about Miss India organization, and we will definitely be discussing and telling you about the kind of preparation is underway and the kind of plan which the Miss India organization is looking at right now. And as far as the situation with other countries are concerned, if I talk about, most of the organization today are hand-picking the candidates for the upcoming now international pageants. We have seen Colombia recently picking a candidate, and earlier also we have seen some European countries coming up with their representative for the Miss Universe and Miss World pageant. But India, as of now, as I already told you, that we have had two representatives so far, Adeline and Avriti for Universe and Supra, and it remains to be seen that who will we have for the upcoming other pageants. So before I discuss about the Miss India pageant, which is the most prestigious one, let's just first and all discuss about the other pageant who are supposed to be happened and what is the situation out there. So let me start with the first pageant, which is the Divine Miss Beauty or Divine Miss India pageant. It's not Miss India, but Miss Divine Beauty pageant, which started off last year for the Miss Earth franchise and Miss Intercontinental franchisee. And the first edition was held very late near to Miss Earth pageant. And we have had Tejaswini Manogana going representing India. She was indeed a hot favorite, but she couldn't place last year. But as far as this year pageant is concerned, the confirmation is that the franchise for the Miss Universe for the Miss Earth pageant is still with Divine Beauty, and they are the current franchisee holder of the Miss Earth India pageant. And but there is the news is that it is very unlikely that this year they will be holding a contest, and most probably we are getting to know from the sources that Sonika Roy, who was I'm sorry, not Sonika Roy, the other girl who was supposed to represent India at Miss Intercontinental might be considered to represent India at Miss Earth this year, or if not her, then the organization might pick someone else to take that responsibility. And as far as the negotiations of Miss Earth pageant with any other organizations are concerned, nothing is fruitful as of now. We have got a lot of requests and questions regarding whether Miss India is interested in taking the Miss Earth franchise, or the other pageant, Glamour and Supermodel India, will be taking that franchise. But as of now, there is no conversation between both the organizations. Although we are getting to know from the sources that Glamour and Supermodel India is interested, and they might take the franchise maybe next year. But this year the situation is going to be again exactly the way it was last year. The call will be taken at the last moment, but as far as the franchisee holders are concerned, they are currently the Divine Group only who have conducted the show last year. So it was about Miss Earth. Now let's talk about Miss International, which is currently, as you all know, is along the franchises with Glamanand Group. Glamanand Supermodel India organizes the event every year, and they have been sending delegates to this pageant from 2015. 2016 it was a gap. Senorita India took it over, but 17, 18 and 19 continuously Glamanand has been sending the delegate at Miss International, and this year also they were ready with the preparations. And from June, yeah, today the 1st June, so from this month they were supposed to start their final round of auditions, and they were planning to have the show. But as of now, the schedule is extended to the last quarter. So, and also the dates of the Miss International are not out yet. So it remains to be seen whether Miss International will, if there is a pageant, if they're gonna hold a pageant this year, then Glamour and Supermodel is likely to send someone, and that too through a pageant. They have asked for entries, they've screened a lot of girls, but as far as actual event is concerned, that remains to be seen. As far as the confirmation from the side of Miss International organization is concerned. So that is what I'm telling you about the two, the other pageant which currently are in India. And Diva thing is already sorted, as you know, that the pageant has already happened. And now let's talk about the Miss India pageant. Yes, guys, we are getting a lot of questions regarding, we have been getting a lot of questions regarding it, whether there will be a show of Miss India, or how Miss India going to be happen this year. Whether there is any plan B, whether they will be handpicking, whether they are looking at, promoting someone from the last slot. See, the situation among like right now with the organization is that there are some sort of proposals and experiments going on, and they are looking at holding the event for the year 2020. Since it is a tough time, not only for the organization but also for the international organization like Miss World and Miss Grand International, who are the top two pageant franchisees, got the representatives from Femina Miss India. And as far as the information on Miss United Continents is concerned, I would like to confirm that Miss United Continents pageant, which used to be with Femina Miss India from the year 2013 and continued till 2019, is no more with the organization. They've part ways. So this year there will not be any Miss India United Continents going on from the same camp. But Miss World and Miss Grand International are the current franchisees and the current title holders. So now what's the call is, whether we will have a Miss India show or what's going to be the thing. See, as far as the conceptualization and holding an event is concerned, Femina Miss India has always been very, very positive about it, and they've always given us one of the best shows in the last couple of years, specifically after 2017. We have seen in 18 and 19 was also one of the best shows as far as the production and the quality of contestants and the reigning Miss India World, Suman Rao, is concerned. So the kind of development has been happening within the camp is certainly remarkable, and that's the reason Miss India organization, what we are getting to know from the sources, is keen on having a pageant this year. But the situation out there is, as you know, is quite tough to hold a pageant on ground. So they're looking at an option of having a digitally driven pageant, and these are the things which are still under the under the preparation. They are working on a lot of possibilities, and what would be the format, how it will be conducted. That all you will be get to know very soon. And as far as the the show is concerned, we can certainly expect a show maybe towards the maybe the third quarter, or the end towards the third quarter of the year. But we can tell you about it that Miss India organization is looking at having a good show, at having edition this year. And so far we can say that, as far as we have the like the confirmation from the sources that they are working on it. You have to be a little patient about what kind of pageant is going to be, and how they are going to put this pageant this year. Now, talking about another possibility which was also discussed among the pageant circuit, was whether they will be handpicking a candidate this year or not. And we were getting a lot of queries regarding it, and we would like to tell, because we are not the right person, we are not affiliated to a Miss India organization or any other organization, but as a media platform and as someone who has been, we have been doing it from quite a while now, and the kind of network we have, we can certainly say that, see, handpicking will not be a genuine or a logical or a priority option for the organization as of now, because they have a very good team, and they have a good support from the outsiders, like outside the organization. If we talk about the sponsors, the advertisers, and the kind of respect and the kind of support Miss India organization gets every year from the industry. So as of now, we cannot say that it's going to be a handpicked candidate, because all possibilities are open. We are we have just entered June, so we have a couple of months. Specifically, if I can say, we have full 3 months, June, July, and August, to see and to take a call maybe later point of time. Because as far as the dates for the Miss World and the Miss Universe pageants are concerned, they're also not out yet, and there is a lot of threads happening online, and there are a lot of scoops coming in that this year there may not be a Miss Universe pageant, or Miss World pageant might be delayed to maybe the first quarter of next year, and more couple of other stories, but there is no confirmation from any of these international pageants. So considering that, we would like to tell all of you that it will be too early to judge into any conclusion whether it's gonna be it's gonna be handpicking, or or some other way of selecting the delegate this year. But one thing is for sure, that they are looking at a possibility of having a contest, and it remains to be seen that how the organization is going to come up, and how they are going to place it to the viewers. One thing is very important, as far as a pageant consultant, as a pageant follower, and as a pageant analyst, I've been following for the last couple of years. The organization is taking it very seriously, and there is no doubt of the fact that the kind of result the organization has given in the past couple of years, be at the victory of Manushi Chiller in the 2017, Miss Supranational victory twice, Mr. World, and also Miss Earth in the early 2010, and other placements, Meenakshi Chaudhary, first runner-up Miss Grand, Vartika Singh, second runner-up Miss Grand, and also the kind of exposure Miss India organization has given to their representatives at an international as well as in local market, as well as entertainment and film industry is concerned, is incredible. And that's the reason, to maintain the legacy and to maintain a constant continuity in the legacy of Femina Miss India is very much required. And we are very fortunate enough, the team and the leadership is actually looking at having the possibility and working it out. So as the situation of the COVID-19 is getting will get better, we cannot say we'll get absolutely fine very soon, but yes, as soon as we will come up in the unlocked zone, we'll come up with on ground events, and a community gathering started coming up. Because to hold an event like Femina Miss India, one needs to have set up to have an auditions. More than thousands of girls every year come to participate. So that kind of things are under the preparation, and soon, very soon, we're gonna get the confirmation from the organization side itself that how they're going to do it. But you need not to be worried about whether there will be not a show. As far as development are concerned, they are looking at having a show, and if it's not going to be a show which you have seen in early years, it's going to be something new, something exciting, and something promising at the moment, because Miss India organization as a brand has been a pioneer of doing something new. Started off in the leadership of Mr. Pradeep Guha back in 90s. Then we have Hemant Trivedi taking over and giving a new extension to the organization. Then Mr. Mark Robinson, and now Natasha Grover. Under her leadership, we are seeing fruitful results coming in. So I think we need to be optimistic, and we need to push and give our support to the organization, how hard they are trying. So that's what is all about, and there is something else, but I would like to answer one question. I think I've got one question from one of our followers. Vivek is asking, keep a contest without any audience. Yes, Vivek, of course, that's a very good suggestion. See, but Vivek, I would like to also add on to what you have said. It is not majorly or solely about having no audiences. As I told you, the process is quite hectic. They need to have auditions on ground, they need to have advertisers, they need to have on ground publicity and promotions happening, they need to have session at the end happening, they need to have all the contestants under one roof, photo shoots, training, grooming sessions, sponsors events. So all these events and all these schedule need a lot of groundwork to be done, and a constant team is 24/7 is working towards making the show successful. So that's why it's gonna be a difficult situation for any of the pageant organization to hold in such a situation. But as I've already told you, that yes, there is a possibility that things could be done in a different way, and what kind of way that would be and how they are going to do it, that is something very important, and that's the reason Miss India is taking time. And we could have already got since this, because of this situation, the timeline has extended, and we don't have a confirmation date. But yes, had that not been a situation, we might be about to witness a finale. But since the situation is like that, so majorly yes, without an audience, in a studio or in a compact place, only with the judges or with some crew members, a show can happen. But it's not only about the show. As I told you, it's about a collaborative effort from the side of organizers, advertisers, sponsors, the experts, the delegates themselves, and the team, the creative and the production team, which works alongside throughout the time. So that's the reason it is a bit tough for the organization. But as I've already told you, that the organization is keen on having the show, and they are working on the possibility. So yes, we can certainly say that we can expect the pageant to happen this year. And the overall picture is that, if you say for an organization like Miss India organization, because I believe I've been following not only the Miss India pageant but the other pageants as well, and I think organization is at par with any other international national organization, be it Miss South Africa or Miss Russia, Miss France, or Miss Venezuela, or Senorita Colombia, or maybe the organization like Bilibili Filipinas. So that's why I'm saying it, that it is very easy to say and comment and to judge in a limited space that we can do this, we can do that, but to hold a contest and to conceptualize it and to make it as worthy and as important for all of you is going to be a tough task. Let's have one more question we have from Kritika. She's asking, online contest might attract more audiences. Well, absolutely, Kritika. I agree to your point that online contest would gonna be a new concept altogether, and that's gonna get a lot of attention, because see, doing thing online has always been a big challenge, because as far as you want to hold a pageant for the sake of your entertainment, or maybe to indulge in an activity of you have seen, we have online games, we have online Zoom platforms where we do our meetings. So as for the exchange of communication or exchange of ideas or some creative promotion is concerned, it's very valid. But to hold a proper contest, it needs a lot of efforts and a lot of planning to be done. And that's why I'm kept saying it, that we need to give time to the organization in order to see how they're gonna give to us, and how they're going to conceptualize it in a better way and in a proper way, so that the result of the show and of the contest is justified, is acceptable, and at the same time is an example for the other pageants to look up to. And we have seen that Miss United States, Miss World America, who are the current franchise holder, they have been doing the online activities and trying to involve the contestants on doing the task, and being aggressive and being utilizing the opportunity last year. But again, it's not just about involving contestant to task on getting the interviews online. It's majorly about creating a show or putting a show which is worth watching, and at the same time which gives a unanimous and unbiased result, which Miss India organization has been giving us from past many years, and there is hardly a debate on any of these victories, and those girls have earned it on their own merit. So that's why I'm saying that it's going to be a tough call how they're going to do it, but the good news is that it's going to be there, and we're going to see. We have to wait for the organization to make it more relevant and make it more clear to all of us who are waiting for it. And now, if I talk about the other aspect of it, which is you are saying the handpicking thing, and most of them are willing. They already have some names, and I don't want to take any names out here, but they have some choices, and very prominent choices, which was also there last year when Vatika Singh was, nominated, or maybe you can say designated Miss Diva Universe 2019. So that the same way there are 2-3 contenders and 2-3 names coming up very aggressively. But I think that's going to be a call of a last time if the things are not working out on the side, because as I told you that doing a show for the sake of only doing it, it's not going to be a priority. It's going to be something which gives an example and which is worth conceptualizing. So if the situation got worse and if there is a possibility, then yes, handpicking could be an option. But again, I say that it's not gonna. It's organization's call, and that call will obviously be taken by the top management, and also considering the fact what the fan base and what the followers and the industry is looking at, and the things that are happening around all over the world. It's not only about India. There we have many other countries who are also thinking over the possibilities of putting a show in what possible manner. So that is what is going to be on the priority of the Miss India organization, and that's the reason we feel that we need to give time to the organization India. And I think as far as the topic of today is concerned, the future of Miss India is we wanted to discuss. I think it's safe, and we need not to be worried about whether we're gonna be a disappointing year. So far as of now, the developments are there, and we can certainly see a good show coming up this year, and there is so much of interest for all the followers. I'm getting one more question again by Bibek. He is asking, is MUC still with Femina? No, Bibek, Miss United Continents is no more with the Femina Miss India organization. They have part ways, and this year the only 2 delegates which will be selected are Miss India World and Miss India Grand International, or Miss Grand India, which you say and have been watching. Again, there is a lot of things happening. We cannot confirm as of now whether they will choose a representative from the same contest for both the franchises, or there's gonna be something else for Miss Grand or for Miss World. There's gonna be some more time, some more drilling going on, and some more time we need to give to the organization. But yes, MUC, as far as MUC is concerned, MUC is no more with the organization, and this year we will not be having, and we will not see any Miss India going for Miss United Continents this year. So Vivek, that's your answer. And as I've already told you guys, we have started this. We are starting coming up with a lot of content for our page, and that's the reason you can also watch our series that is Inside with Glamguru, which happens every weekend on Saturdays or Fridays, where we come up with a guest. And this week also is gonna be very interesting. Keep visiting our page for it, and we will be revealing soon what's gonna be the topic and who is gonna be there to interact with all of you. There is one more question by Nishant. He's asking, but if we have FMI, Femina Miss India later this year, then it would again create a delay for Miss Diva. Nishant, very nice question, and I think it might be a logical question to ask. See, Miss Diva is already sorted at the moment. We have a representative who is ready to go for the Miss Universe, and it happens maybe later this year, or if it is extended, like the way in the year 2016 happened in January, or exactly in the way 2014 also when it was held in Doral, Miami. So if see, the things are under the observation, and since we already have a winner for Miss Diva. So if we have a show maybe later this year, so there will be time to hold a separate pageant for Miss Universe maybe in the coming next year. And as I already told you, it would be very quick to come into any conclusion, because it remains to be seen. With time, we get to know about all the developments and the kind of preparation the organization is having. So I don't think it is majorly a concern for the Miss Universe as of now. What we are targeting right now is to see and to being able to see whether Miss India is going to be on the priority and how they are going to do it. So yes, Miss Diva is going to be again a thing for a consideration for Miss India organization, but first hand they are working on Miss India, and later maybe next year we can certainly see Miss Diva coming back on maybe the previous schedule of maybe September, October, or maybe there must be something else which they are maybe trying to work out. So that's what, Nishant, I wanted to tell you. We have Vivek saying MD is only next year, agree, and of course he's agreeing to what we are saying. So certainly we can say that this year is gonna be not gonna be disheartening for all of you who have been following Miss India organization and the pageant. There is a legacy and there is a big responsibility for us as an Indians, and more than a contest, it is not about a show or a glam show or just any other show. It's about a responsibility, because these ambassadors go on to represent ourselves nationally, and the kind of recognition they have got got for us, for example, Manushi Chillar and all those international winners, and not only the winners, but the runners-ups, and also the kind of performance they have been giving to place India high in top 15, top 5. It's remarkable, and that kind of responsibility Miss India organization shares with all of us, and that's the reason they are working on the possibilities. So yes, I can certainly say you don't have to be disappointed. It's gonna be something good here for us, and we're gonna soon have some good news coming in about the Miss India 2020 edition, how it's gonna be happening, and how soon you're gonna get that show on your platform. So that's all for today, friends. Thank you so much for joining me on 9 p.m. talk. As I already told you, will keep coming back to you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Glamguru on Facebook, and you can also follow us on YouTube now. We are also there, and we are also giving our content there, and there also you can follow us as @Glamguru. Keep watching the page, and definitely it's gonna be a good year, and we will keep coming back to you with a lot of news, a lot of content, and a lot of unexplored territories of pageant industry as far as the whole pageantry is concerned. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Good night.